Hey folks, hey. So today in this demo, we're gonna try to figure it out how TestZoos Hercules can help you to write Salesforce ready testing code, as well as how it can help you to do iterations over your test data. So I'm gonna cover both of the topics in the same segment. So to demonstrate this, I'm gonna use a test case which is gonna target an application named eBikes. It's a scratchpad application given by Salesforce. Uh, let's quickly see where we are starting with. So I have my project base in my folder, and within that, I have already created my uh, test file, which is the Gherkin file. Let's see the Gherkin file. The Gherkin file says that feature e-bikes product detail website validation. That's the feature name. And then within that, the scenario is user checks for the pop-up details. So basically what we are trying to identify that every time I go ahead and click on one of the items in the list, there will be a pop-up which will be coming up. And on that pop-up, there will be a name which I'm going to verify with the list in the test data, which is already available. So the first step is that to go it in the Volt, and then for the volt find it out the corresponding pop-up and then compare it with the volt corresponding data. And the second one is for the fuse. Now what are these volt and fuse? These are both part of the test data. I will go and explain that as well. So in this test case, you can see that what we have mentioned is that go and click on the product family name, that is based on the test data. So test data has multiple product family names mentioned. And then for each of them, it goes to the related tab. That means it knows the context flowing in the whole flow. So first it starts for the first record, then it for the second record. So within first record, what is the second step which is happening? And then it says hover on it, and then hover on it, whatever the pop-up is going to come up for that specific test. Then based on that, it will go and try to figure it out the name from there, which is after the hover message, and then going to compare it with the test data, which is already mentioned. So to explain it further, let me give you an idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, there we go. So the test data looks like this. URL is this, which is the URL of the particular deployment of this particular application. And the other part is there is a project family name data for each product. So the column name is project family name. Whereas in the test case, you can see that I have mentioned that uh, and for each project family name. So it will be able to link that whatever project family name which I'm talking about from the test data, only that data has to be picked for the further validation. Then there is bike, which is basically one of the options, and then there is product name, which is another option. So when this subtext or the sub indentation when it is running, it will gonna take care of it, going to pick for this project family name. This is the Volt X1, which is the bike name, and that's the product name which it has to compare. And as you can see and come back to the test case, you can see that it is actually doing the same thing. It's first going to the family, and then from there it is going to the corresponding, picking the bike and then clicking on the bike or hovering on the bike and then finding out the message and then comparing it with the data sitting inside this, which is in the product name. So this is all set. It's trying to demonstrate that it can conquer Salesforce. At the same time, it can even conquer such deep contextual information where we are trying to say that for this test data, this is the nested information which has to be validated. Now let's see this in action. I will go and close this, this as well. And then we go to the outside the project base to trigger this. Now we can go and trigger the TestZoos Hercules with the project base. And let's see how it goes on. So now it has started the browser. It will go and try to open that particular website. As now it's opening that website, which is the eBikes deployment. Now it should go to the product families page. So it will go to the product families page. And now I'm expecting it to go and click on Volt because that was the first record in the test data. So it should go and try to go and click on the Volt. So let's see what it does. It has clicked on the Volt. The next step should be that it should go to the related folder for that. So it has gone to the related. Now it should know that for Volt, the right family name was product Volt X1 And then for Volt X1, the pop-up message, which was the product name, was Volt X1. And it has done this contextual depth and then has compared successfully. And it has passed one test data record. Now it is going to a second test data record, which is fuse. So it will go to the fuse. Yes, it has clicked on that. Now it will go and repeat the same process what it has done last time for the volt. Now it has gone to the fuse, found out the what is fuse X1, and then on that it has hovered, and then it has trying to compare the hovered message with the fuse X1 product name. And it has successfully completed the test case. And the test case results have been also populated. As you can see, the expected result clearly says that the pop-up message should be Volt X1 and Fuse X1 for their respective product families, and both of them are produced. So the assert is collective in nature, and it has clearly mentioned that for all the test data, this has been achieved. To know this further, we can see the HTML output as well by clicking on this and see what happened. The test case has been passed. That's the detail which we are printing it. You can go ahead and see other informations which are mentioned inside feature file, output file, proofs video, and all those interfaces by going through all these URLs. That's it, folks, for this demo.